Hi, my name's Phil. I'm from Solent Community Church and I'm going to be part of the team of 10 that are heading out to Tanzania. We're going out for just over 3.5 weeks to meet a lot of the people out there, go and do some work with the local church, get involved in projects including an orphanage out there, and generally have an amazing time and hopefully do something useful with it. Most of the group had been to Africa before and had experienced it firsthand. This was my first time. I had some idea of what to expect because we've all seen the adverts on TV and news that show poverty in Africa. But when we arrived, the contrast between the incredible beauty of the country and the hardship and poverty of the people was quite staggering.
This is Domi. Wave, Domi. Hello. A year ago, his mum passed away of HIV, and we've just found out that he's HIV positive, and he's on the AVR drug. But he's so young. It's like he's oblivious to it, like he doesn't even know. But it's just sad, isn't it? One lady had HIV and because she had been raped, and yeah, just there's so much injustice, and here justice doesn't come.
Yesterday we went to the orphanage. Just to give you a basic rundown of the facts first, they've got 40 kids that they're directly looking after that are sleeping with them, and it's just one couple. It started when they basically took in 3 children that were left behind by a family after they died, and it's just kind of really grown from there.
Obviously the children can't get any attention or the attention that they need, so they loved us just because we could give like 10 of them at a time attention.
I felt really bad for not being able to play with everyone because they just didn't want to share you, and seeing what they had to live in their small rooms and like it's more than 4 to a bed sharing.
There was 4 bunk beds in one room. They don't have any electricity, and there are 30 children that have to sleep.
And that room's got no window in it, so it's pitch black. We couldn't even see it, and it was daytime. So for a little kid, normally in England, a little kid's scared of the dark, and they're like.
The only light was from a few cracks in the ceiling.
They've got 5 children there that are HIV positive, and they are also looking after more generally about 200 children. So yeah, there's quite a lot that between them as a couple they're doing, which is just amazing to see. On a more personal level, like when we were there, just the depth of need is something like you've never seen before. You know, they're doing an amazing job looking after 40 children, but as soon as you walk in there and give them just the tiniest bit of attention, you can see that actually, you know, 40 kids being looked after by just one couple, just it's not quite enough. It's not what they need. You know, they struggle for food, for water, for the kids like every day. They don't have clothes. They have just the outfits that are on their back, and most of them are ripped and torn. And what you see when you're there just breaks your heart, because you know when you see sort of adults in poverty and things like that, they sort of have an understanding of what's going on, have an ability to look after themselves, but these children literally have nothing. They have complete dependence on just one couple to bring them everything they need. There's nothing they can do about their situation. There's nothing they can do to change it at all. And yet, you know, when we talk to them, when they respond, they still seem to have this happiness somehow. They still seem to have this just joy and just genuine like appreciation and love for the smallest things, and it's just amazing to see. But it just breaks your heart because there's nothing big enough that you think there's nothing big enough you can do that will make any difference. You know, we left food and some water and some drinks up there that will probably last them a month, but you know, it's a drop in the ocean. And you know, within that one village that they're trying to look after 200. There's 500 orphans 500 of them. They know that at the most they can possibly stretch to, even with the extended building project they're trying to get underway, they'll be able to look after 200 properly. And that still leaves 300 orphans who have got no one caring for them, no one looking out for them, and it's just something you don't see, and there's no way it sits right inside. Our great joy on this trip was to be able to spend time with so many children, to know that even in this tiny way we were able to show them a little love and kindness. It was amazing. We met so many children without parents, living in extremely difficult conditions, and yet, when you spend time with them, they are just like any other children. They love to play and are quick to smile. Their joy is truly inspiring. On one day, we gave a party for all the local children at the church, and ended up feeding the adults as well. We were trying to do good and wanted to bless the community in a practical way. After lunch, I noticed some children had collapsed in the corner and they had been sick. I asked what was wrong with them, and the pastor told me that their parents had left them alone with no food or money, and they had not eaten for days. They did not know when they might get food again, so had tried to eat too much. Their stomachs had rejected the food and they had collapsed.
Feeling that the little bit that we could bring has meant so much. We honestly believe that it's meant so much to the people here, to the church here. They seem to be so encouraged by us just coming. And that's amazing to feel like you've been able to do that, to bring that. But the worst is not having the resources to hand to meet needs and to help people to help them on the road to meet their dreams, to make their dreams possible. So many people have ideas of doing things that would help themselves. So it's not about handouts, but it's just about giving them a hand up, as someone once said, to start something of their own and make themselves sort of self-sufficient. And I wish I had more resources to hand. And I think we're going to go back with a vision and a prayer and a dream for this place to see if there's some way that we can make that possible, that we can build resources and make it available to help people to reach their potential.
And the first few weeks when you're back are really very difficult, because you've got one thing in your mind, and that's there are so many people out there who don't have anything, who haven't got a family, who haven't got friends, who haven't got people to look after them. And you come back to a place where all your friends and family are always around you, and if you get stuck, there's people there to look after you and to help you. And every now and again you need to stop and take a step back and realise that we have so much that we take for granted. We have so much that other people would literally give up their lives for, and have given up their lives for. And there's so much that one person can do to help, that one person can make a difference. And even just the simple act of going out there and just standing alongside them and saying, yeah, we want to support you, we want to be there for you, and if we can help you in any way, then we want to do that. Makes such a real difference out there. The one thing that I think I'll always remember looking back is the number of children out there who haven't got that, who haven't got anyone to lean on, they haven't got anyone to depend on, who are out there fending for themselves, and they're the ones who are in a position where they should be being protected, they should be being looked after. And that's the biggest thing to come out of this, is when people say they have nothing, it is because they don't have anything. They don't have food, they don't know whether they're going to eat today or tomorrow or the next day. But at the same time, the joy and the happiness that they have is just something you don't see again in England. Like, that the extremes of their poverty are expressed in the extremes of their joy, and the two things have no sense of link between them, but somehow the poorer they are, the happier they seem to be.